All right, it's 12:30. Oh! Woo! All right, to everyone just coming in, there's still a couple bootleg Pokemon left, one per person, but if it's on the table, it's up for grabs. So, on that note, thank you so much for coming out in the dead of night to gaze and gawk at Bootlegs with me. I am your host. Oh, hello, Anime Boston. Almost forgot my intro slide. Hi. So I'm Kennedy. I run a page on social media called Bootleg Stuff where I just post bootlegs all day. Or if you're interested in me, I have a YouTube channel, I have a Twitter account, I talk about weeaboo things, and sometimes I talk about bootlegs, and you're gonna hear me reference some of those a bit. So, what is a bootleg? A bootleg, basically, it's an unlicensed product using licensed materials. So, for instance, a Harry Potter backpack that says Hannah Montana. And in this panel, I hope to show you a whole new world of these kinds of bootlegs. That is my one and only goal here. But before I can get to the funny stuff, I have to quickly do the spiel. Bootlegs are bad, and it takes away from the official source, and buying bootleg products that aren't super funny is not super funny because you get a bad product. So you can look out for them by looking at small details on the packaging, sometimes small details on the figures. It is sometimes just the smallest details, some that you might not even be able to see, but sometimes it's not small details. You know, sometimes it's not small details. Sometimes it's big details, and those are the bootlegs that we are looking at today. So, since this is Anime Boston, I figure anime bootlegs. The longer you look, the weirder it gets. So, so before I start this panel off, can I ask, was anybody here last year? Ooh, nice. Was anybody here any other year for that? A couple of you. So how many of you, who's this your first bootleg panel? Oh, very nice. Thank you all so much. So I'm gonna start off with a segment that's a little new. Let's talk about bootlegs in anime. This is from Toradora, and this was the only instance I could find of them being super self-aware. So bootlegs in anime, it happens a lot. You might have wondered, why does this happen? Why is Whack-Donald's everywhere? Why can't they use McDonald's? And the short answer is because if you want to actually use the brand, you gotta pay licensing fees, and you gotta cut marketing deals, and if you just bootleg it like this, you can just kind of throw it in there, nobody has to know anything. So for instance, any Mob Psycho fans in here? Woo! I love Reagan. So for instance, Mob Psycho, they don't have just Whack-Donald's, they have Mob-Donald's. And I recently realized, literally as I was working on this panel, Saitama's on the corner. But you really can see these in any anime. For instance, does anybody know what this is from? Anybody want to take a guess? No, it's not Death Note. Not Fooly Cooly. No, but you're thinking closer to the right time. Bam! Who said Cowboy Bebop? Yeah, this is in Cowboy Bebop. And I thought today I'd like to share some of my favorite in-anime bootlegs with you to kick this panel off. This one is from an anime called Sasami-san at Ganbaranai. I don't remember what the English title is. It's a fine anime, but the Maki Horror Picture Show is certainly a highlight. What does the little speech bubble say? What's the little speech bubble say? It says, I want to have a pure time Everyone's a noble mind. Ah, the title track, my favorite. I haven't seen this movie yet either. I'm not sure what anime this is from, but it says the Two Titers. And if anyone knows what this is from, I looked and I couldn't find it, and I'd appreciate knowing. Anybody know? Darn, all right. Let me show you my favorite though. Anybody, I know you guys like Steins Gate. Anybody else in here like Steins Gate? Woo! So, oh my God, water? Bless you, thank you. Would you like a bootleg Pokemon as thanks? Okay. Thank you. So, would you like to know what's especially wacky about Steins Gate and its product displacement, its use of the bootleg DK Pepper? You want to know why I love this so especially much? I'll give you a hint. It's not just because I love Steins Gate, and it's not just because they say it's an intellectual drink for the chosen ones. It's because this is one of the very rare circumstances where a bootleg led to actually getting marketing with the official brand. Yeah, later down the road, Dr. Pepper started doing campaigns with Steins Gate. They started putting Steins Gate on some of their actual vending machines, and recently, you know, Steins Gate Zero was on the air, and they gave away, like, pencil boards or whatever those are, a few little prints of those, and I just imagine bootlegging something so hard and so well that the actual brand looked at you and said, hey, we see you. We see you. We know what you're doing, and we're fine with that. You didn't pay us, but we're fine with that. And there's another series in the same series as Steins Gate called Chaos Child, and as Steins Gate, it's called Chaos Child, and it features Mountain View instead of DK Pepper.
Chaos had also Bootlegs Coke.
What?
Chaos had also Bootlegs Coke.
Yeah, Chaos had all pretty much everything in Science Adventure. They all pick out a soda and they're just like, we'll just got a bootleg one. I wouldn't know. I haven't read it because I can't read Japanese. I only know spoilers. It does have an anime. But speaking of anime, let's move on to the main segment of this panel. I'm just going to show you some bootlegs from some series. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Fate, first of all, because I love Fate, and second, because there's a lot to talk about when you want to talk about Fate bootlegs. So, can I stand up and carry this mic? Can I do this? There's a wireless one? This one, believe me, this is worth walking around to talk about. Can y'all hear me? Let me tell you about her. When you look up bootleg anime goods, that's the first thing you're gonna see. And I recently came into wondering how did she come into this world? Who summoned her into the Holy Grail War? And have I got a story for you? Are y'all ready for a story? All right. So it's the early 2000s. The first Fate Stay Night anime has just aired. It's successful enough, but the visual novel that it's based on, Fate Stay Night, still super popular, and Japan, they got Fate fever. They are making so much Saber merchandise, they still are. And eventually, everybody else starts getting Fate fever too. So this Chinese anime magazine, I can't remember the name at the top of my head, they decide that they're going to do a giveaway in one of their magazines, and this is what they were giving away. They were saying it was a beautiful handmade saber statue. It's a saber statue. So, let me tell you what makes this one especially interesting, though. People immediately saw that she was too gorgeous for this earth. And she was immediately beloved. Within months, people were using her. There is this picture, I meant to put it in the slideshow, of this tech store in Japan telling people to put their trash in the trash can, and it was a picture of her in the trash can. And this picture that I have up there right now is from a figure show, Craze Moero Festival in Akihabara in, I want to say, 2006. And they started calling her an evil god. And this was her shrine. So, if you have any offerings you want to give to an evil god, that's her. But the story still somehow does not stop there. She's one of the rare instances where people started bootlegging the bootleg. Oh, is that not enough for you? How about a doujinshi? What could it possibly be about? I hear you asking. I'll give you a hint. She tries to kill the real Saber and replace her. Despite the timing of this panel, this isn't an 18 plus panel, but believe me, there are some 18 plus. There's some 18 plus things in here. But speaking of fate and books, there are more fate bootlegs in this slideshow. I think I've paced around enough. Should I keep this up here? Should I give this back or? Yeah, I like walking around. Do y'all like it when I walk around? Yeah. Can you still see me? He's filming the panel, by the way, for everybody who couldn't be here. Say hi.
Hello. I'll do this to keep you in frame.
Oh, okay. I honestly don't know what this is. I just saw Rin on it, and I said, Rin doesn't belong there. I don't know how much y'all know about fate, but let me tell you something. I don't think Gilgamesh, the king of kings, would particularly want to sell katsu to people. So, can someone remind me what Fate series it was where the EVA Unit 1, a Creeper, and Rei Ayanami were summoned to the Holy Grail War? Can someone remind me which one that was?
Strange Fate.
That was what?
Strange Fate.
Oh, of course. Oh, and speaking of Fate crossovers. Super Smash Heroes featuring Gilgamesh and the girl from Raildex, whose name I forget.
Dante for Devil May Cry.
Oh, thank you. Dante from Devil May Cry. This is a very good Fate mobile game bootleg. Now, I know what you're thinking. Some of you may be thinking, well, Fate Grand Order is very popular. Surely there must be some good Fate Grand Order bootlegs out there. I found something, and I want to show it to you, because I honestly don't know how they got to this point. It's rectangles. It's just rectangles. And I really don't get it. But there was a time where if you searched for Fate Grand Order, just rectangles. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't pretend to get it. And speaking of Fate crossovers, that is the head of Ash Ketchum and the body of one Kirei Kotomine, colored in MS Paint. And I think this convincing flyer, I'd become a priest if I saw that. I think this is a good time to talk about Pokemon. On the player style. So the fun thing about Pokemon is that it's been around a while. Let me read it for. let me read it for those of you who can't see it. We got Pocket Monica Jump Japoom Chess, where you kick others back this race ahead game, but don't get caught or you've been kicked out. Be the first player to move all 4 of your page around the game board and into the finish line. And my favorite part is that this is all in Comic Sans. We got the fun game Prodigy Pack. We have Politic Pack. We got Cartoon Fairy Ball. I heard someone yell no and then cry a little. That is the appropriate response. That is the appropriate response. Oh, yes, and of course. My favorite part of this whole panel is when I put things like this on the screen, I saw at least 4 of you instantly start pointing to the screen. Oh my God, that's my favorite part. Did I see a hand up back here? Huh?
Is that a Kirby Regigigas?
That's Kirby is more things than just Regigigas. That's a number of Kirby's, but yes, one of them is Regigigas, and he's also your amigo Tarzan. Apparently, I'm told. Do I see another hand up?
Dunkin' Donuts just outside.
Pardon me?
I saw Dunkin' Donuts for a hiring sign in Comic Sans.
That's unfortunate. Are they hiring a graphic designer?
I said I would not want to give an application to someone who uses Comic
No, he's worthy of applause here. Let me tell you something about this one. I've tried finding the backstory of this one. I've put more research into this than I care to imagine. But you'll find that when you Google The Simpsons Pokemon, you don't get the results you want. If the results you're looking for are his backstory.
Are those socks?
Absolutely they are. They're the most fashionable socks in all the land.
Is that Mr. Sparkle?
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Which episode is on this one? Oh, of course, the latest episode. Oh, a warning. And the original episode, Beware the Fake Episode. Oh, thank you. If you do want to watch the fake episode, apparently this isn't it. I don't know what to tell you. According to this, it's perfectly real. Do you think a bootleg would say it's real?
What is on the DVD?
It's on the DVD. I trust any DVD that tells me to beware of the bootleg. That's trustworthy, right? Speaking of trustworthy. So, a quick tangent here. Bootleg clothes with Elsa and Anna's faces on it. It's like a subcategory of bootlegs. And I have a lot more of these than I care to think. I don't know why there's so many. I do know why there's so many, because everybody loves Frozen, but I could make an entire panel of nothing but these if I wanted to, and I'm very confident of that. But we're here to talk about Pokemon. We're here to talk about Pokemon. So, in case you're not familiar with Pokemon, let's break this down for a hot second. Let's fully take this in. We have the body of Orange Mega Blastoise, whose cannon has the head of a Venusaur. Also, one of his eyebrows is a Charizard. Now, Mega Charizard, yeah. Now, I'm gonna give you a hint if you haven't been keeping up with Pokemon. It's not supposed to look like that. I don't think there's any, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's any Pokemon whose eyebrow/ear contains the head of another Pokemon. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Have you seen the new Sword and Shield leaks?
You're right. This is that. These mega evolutions are getting crazier every day. And speaking of crazy, every time I hear someone yelling, "Why is this like this? What is he doing?" it gives me power. You're sustaining me. Please continue to talk. I always save this one for last, because honestly, this is my favorite. What do we have here? House MD. I don't know why it says House MD. Do you? I don't. We got the Quake logo. We have Pikachu, but he's pink. We have the Apple logo and Ronnie James Dio? Who? Batboy. Huh? Okay. Suffice to say, we have a lot of unrelated elements on a backpack that I won. And I have a bounty out for this thing. I hear some people saying what, and we have a store with one of the more recent protagonists of the game. I know this one is a little more obtuse, but this is my attempt at making a transition to Jojo's. Although, unfortunately, I don't have as many Jojo's bootlegs as I wish I did, but I do have one that I love showing every year. Brace yourself. Yes, yes, your disappointed sighs, they give me power, they sustain me. Remember that time Cowboy had the world and Kakyoin had Magician's Red? Also, remember the time Whole Horse was drawn by a completely different artist? Something that isn't even from JoJo's?
Why is Dio up there with Joseph and the other guy?
I don't know. Do I see a hand up?
Also, why does it say mobile suit in action?
What? Oh my god, it does. Why does it say mobile suit in action? I don't know. Alpera? Who's to say they're not? Who's to say they're not? I'm pretty sure I remember an episode where Char Aznable rode the world into space. I'm pretty sure that happened. So, where were we? Oh yes, JoJo's. One day, when I'm feeling braver, I'm gonna make this panel, but I'm gonna make it just full of Sonic merchandise because trust me, there's enough of it to do that. There's more than enough Sonic bootlegs out there for its own panel. I promise you this. Oh, please, gawk. Do I? Yeah, Harry Potter. I don't know why. Do I see a hand up over there? What? Why is he standing in P? I don't know. Why does it say Obama? Harry Potter. Okay. 8 exists. Thank you. There is a lot. Would anybody here be interested in a panel of nothing but Sonic bootlegs? Yes. I saw someone peek in the door just now when I asked, would you guys like nothing but Sonic bootlegs? Y'all yelled, yeah! Reached right back out. That's an appropriate response, honestly. Ooh. But today's not that day. Today, let's talk a little bit about One Piece. You should be. You should be. So, One Piece bootlegs, there's not a ton out there that I could find. There were some. One Piece Barbecue and Burger House. You know, there's El Clavo? What does that mean? I'm sorry.
That is one of the oldest Dominican cartoons. It's about a child played by an old man who died of lung cancer because of smoking. But no.
So this is a Dominican cartoon?
Well, actually, no, it's live action. It's about a 40-year-old man playing a 12-year-old boy.
Of course it's about a 40-year-old man playing a boy.
It's completely normal. No one questioned it at all.
I have a lot of questions.
It's actually one of the most well-known Spanish sitcoms in business.
Is it? And it's called El Clavo?
El Chavo.
El Chavo. I'm gonna look that up. This has made me very curious about.
It's worth it.
There's Smurfs. I don't know if y'all can see this very well, but there's Smurfs in there, and I'll give you a hint. The Smurfs don't appear in One Piece. Yet. But when it comes to One Piece bootlegs, my favorite flavor of One Piece bootlegs are the statues. Oh, I hear all of you crying and sighing. How could this be allowed to happen? Same way this was allowed to happen. And the same way this was allowed to happen. Now, I don't think this picture quite does it justice. So let's just some of y'all are laughing, some of y'all are giving me the stink eye, and both are appropriate responses. I'm glad. Oh, but wait, there's a whole other half of this statue I've neglected to show. Me too, Luffy. I'd probably cry like that too, if I looked like that. Oh. Sorry, I must have had an extra slide with him. Can't imagine how that happened. I didn't even have to say anything, and y'all just said, oh no. And that's the way it should be, because Sailor Moon, again, like Pokemon, Sailor Moon has been around the block. You know, there's a couple of them out there, and anybody who's been to this panel knows that I always love pointing my favorite detail about this out. I want you to do me a quick little favor. I want you to put your hand next to your face, and I want you to be really aware for just a minute of how big your fingers are in proportion to the rest of your skull. And then I want you to get a closer look. Incidentally, there's a panel about Yowie happening next door. Oh God, she's my favorite. So, I don't know how much any of you know about Sailor Moon, but I'll give you a hint. This backpack says Sailors from the world famous comic strip by Charles M. Ishihara. So Sailor Moon was made by one Naoko Takeuchi, and I've tried to find out who this Charles M. Ishihara is. That's all I could find. That's all I could find. He made the backpack, evidently. That was his life's work. That was his legacy. Thank you, Mr. Ishihara. Your disgust fills me with power. Every time I see any of you making a gut-wrenching response, it sustains me. So this is one with a fun backstory. So, you know, on the Bootleg Stuff page, someone messaged this one to me, and they said, hey, I was cleaning out my grandma's basement and I found this. It must have been in there for 20 years. And I was just like, she kept that evil sealed for 20 years? That's impressive. That's powerful. Shelley, oh Shelley, the nymph of the moon, show thy smile. So, it's the subtle things sometimes. The Nike logo in the corner. Sometimes it's the subtle details. It's Sailor Moon. School is in danger. Fight zombies with Lady Warrior. Sailor Moon. Remember that time Sailor Moon was all of them? This is the obligatory part of the panel where I tell you that this isn't even as bad as it gets. Dentist game for Sailor Moon version. How could it possibly get any worse? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Tokyo Vocaloid Girls Dentist. Please help me fix this dental disaster. It's a disaster. Little Dr. Ear for Death Note version. Oh, let's read the description. Can't not read the description. Why those characters look so miserable? I can't imagine why. They feel uncomfortable with their ears, you don't say. How about turn into a powerful ear doctor to cure their ears? Why don't I turn into a powerful ear doctor? Why don't we all? Probably because we're too busy with dentistry. Dental learning games with Digimon Adventure Edition. As opposed to the vanilla version, obviously. one isn't a dental game. I just really like the idea that there was once a game on the App Store that was just a recolored Phoenix Wright body with Itachi Uchiha's face on it. I just like Ace Attorney a lot. So, let me tell y'all something. We're about to enter my favorite part of the panel. I was working on this, and I was like, I want to add so much more to this panel than I've had in previous years. And I was looking through my folder of bootleg images, which contains almost 5,000 images, by the way. It's crazy. And I realized something while I was looking through. Oh my God, I have way more Naruto than I thought, and I can't keep this all to myself. So I hope you all will help me relieve this burden by admiring these with me, starting with the father, the son.
Show me the money.
And the Holy Spirit. I mean, he's beautiful. What can I say about him? He's beautiful. And speaking of things that are beautiful, oh, that's not the one I thought was going to be next, but Swan eBay. Oh. Sasuke Uchiha perfume. In case you want to smell like angst. I wish really hard that I could find this or recreate this, because, you know, Yuri Lowenthal is here in this convention, and I can't think of anything else I'd want him to sign more than this. So, Naruto bootleg mangas are a lot more common than you think. We have Naruto. We have Toko Idola. That is Jimmy Neutron in the corner. Do I see a hand up? Absolutely it is. Why? I don't know. But what I can tell you is that Nakulo is in there somewhere. But my favorite is Naburo. And there's so many things I like about this. But my favorite, so yet again, I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor, if you can. Your elbow, your arm, be aware for a moment of their length and how they move. Just become aware, and then I want you to look a little closer here. Please take a moment to fully absorb it, because my throat's very dry. Admire him, please. But it's not enough just to show you the wonders on the outside of Naburo. You must go... Oh, yes. I meant to say, they're drawn like the... Of course. That is what this cover reminds me of. But, back to what I was saying. So when you open up Naburo, we are introduced to Naburo Uzumaki. This 8-year-old child is a descendant of the Uzumaki family. He has a great ninja instinct and also a genius. We have Nanaho Kitara Uzumaki, Naruto's mother, who died after giving birth, and then Koharu Maru Uzumaki. Koharu Maru, Naburo's father, who died after trying to save his son. Also, he has incredible lips. And then, who can forget the time Naburo fought Waterboy? studies on Naburo. Apparently he's a genius. I don't have a witty caption for this one. I just think this one is funny.
How about
Ben 10 with Naruto's head, because, you know, it happens. So, remember what I said earlier about how I could make an entire panel about nothing but Sonic? I just want you to remember that. So, these next couple slides are some Naruto statues that are in a park in Vietnam somewhere. We have Naruto looking great. Sasuke also looking great. You know, sometimes you just gotta dance it out. He doesn't look as awful, but Dragon Ball Z. There's a couple of Naruto bootlegs that involve Dragon Ball. There's also Ninja Bob though. Play Ninja Sponge free casual arcade adventure games, 1,000 downloads. 1,000 people downloaded this. There's Naruto versus Avatar Season 2 with Bleach.
Does the Avatar have a gun?
I think that's a kunai in Naruto's hand, but who's to say it's not a gun? Who's to say? Goku Fusion Naruto Dragon Ball. For a long time, I thought that was supposed to be Buff Winnie the Pooh. But I have been told that that's an actual Dragon Ball character. I'm still gonna believe it's just Buff Winnie the Pooh, though.
It is Buff Winnie the Pooh.
And speaking of Dragon Ball, so especially in the advent of Dragon Ball Fighter Z, you know, yeah, we got Spider-Man, we got Mario, one of the guys from Saint Seiya, a clown. Is he from Dragon Ball?
God destruction?
Why wouldn't it be a Dragon Ball character? And then Kratos, front and center. Oh, but wait, there's more. Again, we have Spider-Man, we have Mario, one of the guys from Saint Seiya, a couple Dragon Ball characters. Oh, yes, and Kratos, front and center.
Who's Brown Man? The Brown Man. Tom.
Huh?
The Brown Man going like.
So, this one is just Dragon Ball Fighter Z, but with Mario just on it. Is this what it's gonna look like when Goku gets into Smash? Now, who was it that asked earlier if that was the Avatar with a gun? Now, I'm gonna make a confession. I haven't seen much Dragon Ball, but I know enough to know that it would be a very different series if Goku had a gun. Am I wrong in thinking that? No?
But you have a certain point, everything will go with
I get neck pain just thinking about this one. Why, you ask? Because. School. School. It's Dragon Ball GT, just like I remember it. sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it just happens. Now, who here likes Totoro? Woo! Who here likes Dodolo? Woo! Okay, I hear you. You like Dodolo. How do you like, Totoro? He definitely looks like he's feeling some kind of way. Okay, so the audience, you seem to have some mixed feelings about toe-to-toe. How about that 80s cat forest? Your favorite That 80s Cat is back in an all-new forest adventure. Oh, my favorite. Ah, yes. Monsters University, exactly the way I remember it. Full of Totoros. So... it's not entirely wrong. He's lively and he's lovely. He's a fat man. It's not entirely accurate. Totoro, take you home to achieve your desire. I don't know what that means, but how about... who's in the mood for some miscellaneous bootlegs that just didn't quite fit in anywhere else? Oh. Do I see a hand up? Yeah. Check in and become a magical girl. See what happens.
Oh God! You didn't cease to exist to turn into this.
Captain Planet. Exactly the way I remember him, as the protagonist of Gundam Wing. So, I'm gonna confess, I have not actually seen Kyokai no Kanata, but I know enough to know that that's Attack on Titan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all ever heard of a film called Your Name? Ringing a bell. What? I don't know, man. I think they look perfect. Personally, the resemblance is uncanny. It would fool me. Care Bears. The Care Bears. It's just the Care Bears. I don't know why I put this in here. That's just the Care Bears. That's just the way they look. All right, cool. We got 9 minutes. So normally this is the part of the... maybe we have time. We got 9 minutes. So normally what I like doing is challenging anybody in the audience who feels like they're up for a good challenge. So here's what I want you to do if you are feeling worthy. I want you to go onto your mobile device. I want you to go onto the mobile store, whatever one it is, the App Store, the Google Play Store, whatever, and I want you to find some bootleg games. But here's the catch. This would be a little too easy if I let you use the words doctor, dentist, foot, pregnant, pregnancy, tooth, teeth, or feet. This is an all ages panel. So, if you find a good game, you're more than welcome to tell us about it. There's still a few bootleg Pokemon up here. Anybody who finds any good one? Let me add a few more in here. What do you got?
Maneuvering equipment. Hello, this is a game app made by Japanese. Parody of Attack on Titan.
That's beautiful. What else we got?
A paint by numbers with Deku's face on it. That's just random anime girls and like fruit and stuff.
I trust that. Get a Pokemon. And if anybody, real quick, if anybody is not interested in participating in this game, thank you for attending this panel. Please tell the con that you enjoyed this panel so maybe next year we can do one that's just about Sonic the Hedgehog merchandise. And thank you all again so much for being here. I know it's very late at night. So, what else we got?
I found Banana Calm. It's really right through jungle, caves, and treetops. Play has calm. Banana Calm.
That's beautiful. Come up here. Someone over here.
Lowercase cats. Anna in love game girl. Description: the beautiful Anna has.
She has a boyfriend? But I'm not surprised. She's so beautiful. Come up here and get a bootleg. Sorry, your hand up pretty quick. I don't doubt that it's the best Sonic game. Tell you what, this is running a little slow, so if you find a good one, how about you just come up here so we can streamline this? Let's see what you find. Sonic, oh my god, Sonic Boy Lightning Power 3.8. That's gorgeous. Help yourself.
Hope you weren't wishing for an extra blurb from Kennedy this time because I'm the one editing this video. By the way, watch Symphogear.